Hello from Sahara and welcome back to FYI Sahara YouTube. Anytime you want to find this channel, just type in FYI Sahara /YouTube. From here we go to our subscribe button, to the cat in the right hand corner who says that was Zen and this is Meow. Press that and we will be able to notify you each time a new release of the lost writings of Yogananda's are available. As you know, when I found these lost transcripts of Yogananda, I saw this as a divine opportunity to heal my voice. I had a voice accident and I was told to read out loud or sing out loud. So the choice was to sing the lost transcripts or to read them, and I think I've made the right choice to read them. So Yogananda emphasized the importance of the guru-disciple relationship. As noted with John the Baptist and Jesus, they had had many previous incarnations together. When I reflect on our current culture, the only thing we have like that is in the 12-step programs where you select somebody to help you go to a higher personal achievement level, and it is spiritually based. It is kind of close to this principle. Perhaps in relationships like that, they have had previous guru-disciple relationships where one taught another to reach a personal goal. It does seem to be a one-on-one relationship. However, your chosen spiritual leader can be someone that is beyond the veil, like Yogananda or Jesus or any of the great gurus or anybody, even God. The idea is to pray and tune yourself into the same vibration, and you will go pretty far in your personal growth. To find his guru, Yogananda went on quite an impassioned spiritual search. He had sat at the feet of many a great guru, but he knew that he would spot his guru, and he kept searching. He knew Sri Yukteswar the moment he saw him, and under his tutelage, Yogananda grew and grew. He went on to run a very popular boys' school, and from there he went to the West with the precise missions handed down through Babaji and the Hari Mashiraya and other great gurus. This was Yogananda's mission to bring spirituality to the West and marry the two cultures. He came to the United States in 1920, and he lectured and taught all across the country to the largest, most packed facilities and venues available, and he went on to write his world-famous book, Autobiography of a Yogi. If you've not read it, you should get it. Steve Jobs had pre-ordered copies of the Autobiography of a Yogi to be given out to anybody who attended his funeral service. So Yogananda had a profound influence on the spiritual growth of the United States. And this is witnessed through, well, it has just caught on like wildfire, because the Western mind needed and was hungry for that spiritual nurturing. It is noted that the Western culture and the Indian culture are exchanging incarnated souls. You will see the Indian culture becoming more westernized, and the American and Western culture becoming more spiritual. This was the path that was given to Yogananda to marry the two. You can see the great influence that yoga has had on the population. You can see it in the younger people that are just incarnated here, just even looking at their hairstyles. Men have man buns. Women often do their hair in a tight schoolmarm type bun on their head. And there's other things that are showing their previous lives very, very clearly. To find a guru to continue on your spiritual search, the more you get yourself in a elevated state, the more you will attract your teacher or guru. It is said that when the student is ready, the teacher will come. There are several methods to do that, to raise your vibrations, to put you in a mindset that will put you on a level that will create the teacher-student relationship. One is by the use of Kriya Yoga. People that do yoga are embodying this principle. But you can do it without having to do yoga in a yoga studio. However, yoga studios are really a fast track for spiritual advancement. And in your daily life, and enlightenment doesn't need to stay in the closet. You need to bring it out into your real life every day. And one way to heighten your awareness is at least 6 to 7 times a day. You want to tighten your muscles progressively up the torso of the body. This is called Sukha and Sushi, and it means ease and tension. When you apply these two things at the same time, you begin to send your energy upward. And that is the great relaxation that people get from yoga. To do it, you want to breathe in and tighten your feet and your ankles. Then breathe in, drawing the energy up, tighten your calves. Relax, exhale. Come up to your knees and your upper muscles, tighten and relax. You do this several times, well, up to 6 times a day. It doesn't take long. You can do it sitting in a movie theater, standing in line in a store, you name it, right before you go to bed is really optimal, and it becomes natural. The whole while that when you're breathing in, you sending the energy up your spinal column. And believe it or not, Jesus talks a lot about this in the Bible. It's just kind of encoded in the what he was saying, and it was misunderstood. Thou shalt have no other altars before me. And you know, and from there we've spent, well, maybe 2,000 years. Some people have gone out and wrecked churches, anything that has an idol, which is, you know, we all know the history of the church, and uh, the things that were so misunderstood. Your altar is your inner self. To go, Jesus said, you to go to the Father or God, you must pass through me. This was establishing the guru-disciple relationship. You pass through the teaching of the guru, and you have a hands up or guidance to God. Well, how many people have died over that? And I know people that they've gone to Africa to save people for Jesus, and they have it wrong. I guess they're well intentioned, but we've got to come out of the dark ages and grasp the beauty of the process. The idea with Kriya Yoga is to help reduce the outer stimulus of the miasmic world. All of our senses are geared for sensory activity in the outer world. So we reach outward, we see outward, we hear outward. Everything draws us back out into the world. However, in doing that, you are negating your inner self by being outward going. And once you become inward flowing, then you begin to draw your energy up the spine to the third eye, and as you draw the energy up with each Kriya tightening and relaxing, you see and feel your third eye, and you find yourself progressing, and it's a natural thing. With this heightened sensitivity, you can follow Yogananda's teachings and Jesus' teachings, that with every thought and action, you are either moving towards God or away from God, which adds to the adage of what would Jesus do? There are many techniques they're not secret and they're not mysterious. We'll go over them in the next tape. The sound of Om, sitting in silence to hear God's voice, how to spot your guru, because there are some obvious signs. To make it brief, a guru will be very calm. You'll never see them blinking their eyes or anxious or fluttering or breathing quickly. They also know what you're thinking, and that helps them guide you in the process of enlightenment. Yogananda writes about Jesus and his disciples. Jesus' disciples were products of unceasing meditation and intuitive devotion, not merely results of intellectual theological seminaries. He continues to write, most Christian churches today have wandered away from the path of self-realizations and are satisfied with sermons, ceremonies, organizations, and festivities. Yogananda emphasizes the importance of finding your guru. By listening to the Om sound, the omnipresent Om sound in silence, the consciousness of the body caged soul begins to gradually spread itself from the limitations of the body into omnipresence. The listening to this cosmic sound will find his consciousness spreading into a limitless state. The cosmic sound emanating from cosmic vibration is called the Holy Ghost. The Holy Ghost signifies an intelligent, invisible, conscious force or intelligent cosmic vibration. It is said by many great teachers that Jesus was not so much a man, but a vibratory force. It is holy because the outflowing consciousness of God the Father or Christ intelligence guides it to create all finite matter. The ancients, not versed in the polished language of modern times, used Holy Ghost and Word for intelligent cosmic vibration, which is the first materialization of God the Father into matter. The Hindus speak of the Holy Ghost as Om. The storm roar of the sea creates the waves and preserves them for some time as a larger or smaller waves, then dissolves them. The cosmic sound of Om, and he spells it A-U-M, or Holy Ghost, creates all things as nebulae and preserves them in the forms of the present cosmos and worlds. And ultimately it will dissolve all things in the bottom or bosom sea of God. This is cosmic dissolution. Is sometimes only partial and temporary, and again sometimes it is complete for a long time. The partial temporary dissolution portions only of matter and words are dissolved, but complete dissolution of the entire system of the universe, all stars, planets, and all things are dissolved. But the dissolving of all creation is impossible until all souls cease to desire anything at all, and thus become fully emancipated in God. Unredeemed souls desire life. With it, they desire the earth, the sky, and its starry beauties. So in order to fulfill our desire for children, souls come on earth as fleshy human beings. Om has to create the entire universe at the bequest of God the Father because of the endless rise and dissolution of desires of creatures. Their universe is endlessly being dissolved and recreated again. Hence, baptism by the Holy Ghost means first the dissolution of all wrong desires and by good desires, and then the conquering of all good desires by an only desire for then you have only the desire for blessed contact of God. To know God is not a negation of all desires, but instead their complete fulfillment. Men of the world strive wrongly to fulfill desires by forgetting to distinguish between those of the world and those of the soul, just as by feeding somebody else, your hunger cannot be satisfied. So by wrongly trying to satisfy the senses, your soul can never be happy. Senses crave indulgence, greed, and temptations to excite and amuse them, whereas the soul can be satisfied only by the calmness, peace, and bliss born of meditation and the moderate use of the sense servants. Ambition for good things, noble achievements, and spiritual organizational work serving the many must be instituted to displace the desires for selfishness and greed, and for helping only one's own self or one's immediate family. Enjoy all good work and achievements with God. By contacting God in the world and in meditation, you will find your heart's desire fulfilled, and then you will be a true man of renunciation. For you will find that nothing is more worthwhile, more pleasant, or attractive than a beautiful, all-satisfying, search-quenching, ever-new, joyous God. Expand your consciousness and your conscious desire for one object alone. Expand your consciousness and desire for one object alone keeps your consciousness tied to that object. For love of all things, as the expression of God, keeps man's consciousness expanded in omnipresence. So to be baptized by the Holy Ghost must be attached, enjoying good things only with the joyousness of God within. He must learn first to hear through touch the or cosmic sense. First by the yoga meditation as taught by all great gurus and teachers. He hears the sound of the Holy Ghost when all body and astral sounds ceased. Then, by deeper meditation on this sound, by higher processes learned from the Guru, he can be one with this sound and touch it. Then, after touching or feeling it, by still higher methods, the spiritual aspirant will find his consciousness vibrating simultaneously in his body and in several places. As he progresses further by deeper and longer meditation, he will find his consciousness vibrating simultaneously in his body, in the earth, the planets, the universes, and every particle of matter. The Om sound, the intelligent holy vibration, or the first manifestation of God the Father, therefore manifests as the cosmic sound Om, or Amen, which can be heard in meditation. It also manifests itself as cosmic energy in all matter. All earthly sounds and the sounds of the body, the heart, the lungs, etc., come from the cosmic vibration of Om. Om contains all the sounds of the 9 octaves perceivable to the human ear, as well all cosmic sounds, low or high, which cannot be registered in the human ear. Also, all forms of earthly lights, coal, gas light, electricity light, astral light, come from the cosmic energy. Cosmic energy sounds manifest as cosmic energy and vice versa. This cosmic sound manifests as the astral body of harps, bells, etc. The harps and bells are in the astral body of man. So also this cosmic energy exists as the reflected luminous or astral body of man. Higher lessons of yoga teachings can teach one to hear and locate the astral sounds emanating from the spinal cord. Or the spiritual eye as the dog. Let us take a break here, and we'll have the next panel of Yogananda's lost writings and his theories of Kriya Yoga, evolution of the soul finding your guru and Jesus' mission on earth and evidence of his being a guru, which helps us understand the mysteries of Jesus and truly begin to emanate his words and teachings. Remember the little Zen kitty cat sitting with the Buddha who says that was Zen and this is Meow. You'll see his little icon on the right hand lower corner. Press that so we can notify you when more writings are released. Thank you for your time, and I wish you so much growth and happiness on the path to enlightenment. Namaste, Sahara.